everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two grinded-out squads will be on the field for today's matchup. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10 in rush yards. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Panthers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. They come out here in the eye. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. To throw on second down is Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a third down. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
Throwing on third down, Newton finding time. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Robert Ayers in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. The first carry now for Doug Martin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There goes Doug Martin. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big-time run there by Martin. 49 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And Jenkins is a guy in this offense that I know you like to talk about.
Absolutely love to talk about Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His ability to play in any position, whether it's as a wide receiver or as an inline tight end, his versatility, some of the best in the league.
You even gave him the full name there.
Austin Seferian-Jenkins. He is the real deal.
They'll need to get the play off quickly on second down. Martin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Flush to his right. He's got Evans. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
11 yards for number 11.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's second and goal from the 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup of two big targets from the 2014 NFL Draft class. It's Mike Evans versus Kelvin Benjamin. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
They'll run for the first time with Hill, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
On second down, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On the defensive side of the ball, we're going to look at the starters for Tampa Bay. And, Charles, how about Vernon Hargreaves?
A pick they were excited to make because in their division, they've got to have guys who can slow down some of the best receivers in the league. And Vernon Hargreaves fits that profile. Very sharp, very intelligent. He operates well on the corner.
Newton now to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Let's go!
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, from the safety of our booth, I think it's okay after that run that I call still the name that maybe he's not too crazy about, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, his teammates at Boise State called him that. He doesn't like that, though.
He hates that name.
He told us he prefers, and he told the world he prefers Duggernutt.
It's always tough when you come up with your own nickname.
It doesn't stick.
I hope it works for him, but I have my doubt.
We're going muscle hamster here in the booth. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. Now Martin. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So 2nd and 10 here. Back to the ground, Martin. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They begin the drive with Hill. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Set. Do some. Eight. Gun. Do some.
The tight end Olsen in motion. Throwing on third down, Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's Newton now on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From the gun on third down, Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5.
Come on, let's go.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Play clock winding down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. One receiver to the left is Evans. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And complete over the middle. Safarian-Jenkins. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Martin. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And a cut to the sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jamal Charles, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Wake up. Do something.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Newton on 3rd down. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now it's Martin. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Here we go. What? Flex round. Flex round.
The play clock's running down. Again, it's Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Oh, the hurdle.
Oh.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Down to the 25. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And got his tight end, Duarte. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. After the run, Newton going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out here in the I. Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gano's kick is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt, maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright. But he got it to go.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Let's go. 1, 9.
They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Come on, let's go. 1, 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin. And it's third down.
They're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set.
Ohio. Come on, let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Panthers coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Do something. Come on. Wake up.
Halfback sent in motion. Here's Newton now on second down. And Olsen over the middle. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And some space here. A great read, and it's picked off. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to go up top again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the 2nd half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that route.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And his throw here is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Alteron Werner. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They come out here in the eye. First down, here's the run with Martin. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll set up to throw. Steps away to his left. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. So that last play called back after the penalty, 2nd and long here.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They come up in an offset eye. And a 10th carry here for Martin. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They go play action here on 1st down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Let's go!
So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the I. Now 3rd down and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Newton. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Robert Ayers in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And quickly, they get to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So out come the Bucs now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So the D-line's going to spread out. Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd down now following the run.
Come on, let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Come on, let's go!
Martin. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. They'll run the option left. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Roberto Aguayo out now for the Buccaneer field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Hill. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Uwaniunga there to make the stop.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Newton now to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he comes back with one complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaquez Smith coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Here's Newton now on second down. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Third and long, it's Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
That was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, make it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Third and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Jamal Charles on 3rd down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Carolina getting set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact, if anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us one.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Uani Unga in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Come on now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Come on, let's go.
They give to Martin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and
he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. From the end zone, Newton. And Kelvin Benjamin's got it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
Now Newton. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 1st and 10. Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues. Third down, still 14 yards left. Here's Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One last throw here for Newton. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bucs, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.